Welcome to the FIC2 Lab hands-on developer workshop. I'm trying to run through the so-called FIC2 Lab, which is a website dedicated to showcase the FI Content 2 enablers, which are web services that were created as a part of the FIWARE project. And the intention is that small companies, SMEs, are able to use these enablers in their own products for phase 3 of FIWARE. We have 4 different levels to showcase these enablers. We have the discover level. We simply have a catalog to find out what these enablers will be doing, with a short description, a screenshot, and so forth. We have the trial level, the same tile view, but with more enablers that are going to come soon. We are onboarding these while we speak. We have a tweak level where these enablers can be edited, and we have a run level where we can start these enablers in the on FIWARE Lab. If I start with the discover tile again and go, for example, to the 3D map tiles, which we will be showing in a moment, then you can see that you have an overview of what this enabler does. You have the terms and conditions. Is it open source? Yes or no? What license is attached to it? We have a getting started guide, which usually points to some sort of documentation. In this case, a wiki. And we have access, where you can access the files for that. This is usually GitHub for the open source projects. And we have a contact point, a person you can speak to in case you have questions towards this enabler. Here you can also try the example and launch a demo. And you're immediately on whatever demo page the enabler provides. In this case, it's a 3D representation. And yeah, and you can tweak this enabler. Stefan is going to show us in a moment how to tweak the 3D map tiles enabler, and I'm going into more detail for the social network enabler, because that's the enabler that we, Pixelpark, created. For that, I'm going to the tweak part, and again go to the social network, and I'll start the so-called playground. The playground is a dedicated website for FIC2 Lab, where the client-sided source code of the enabler gets loaded into the browser, and I'm able to edit the files of this enabler and see the effects of this edit immediately. First of all, what does PPNet, what does the social network enabler do? To show that, I'll go back to the discover part and see that there is an archive on GitHub with more documentation, and especially with the demo part. And just to showcase what it does in general, you're able to post status messages on in your own social network. I didn't say that before. PPNet is or the social network enabler is a poor man's Facebook, poor man's Twitter, so to speak. You have a very simple social network, what we call a minimum viable product, MVP. And my colleague Daniel just posted something, and I like that, so I can heart it, and I can comment on it. So it's a very simple. It's very simple to give status messages. You have different channels or different groups because we don't have a follower concept. Everybody follows everyone, and because we assume that there are not many people for a distinct instance for the social network enabler. And you can also see what happens on a map, especially worldwide. And once the map loads, at least. Okay. And as you can see, we have even people from Mumbai posting that, because we provide a demo instance of the social network enabler, and people are posting away, so we can see that people are using it. There's also a so-called timeline view, so the postings that we just saw can be displayed on a on a chronological fashion. So that's what the social network enabler does. And to go back to the tweaking level again, now we're starting with a brand new instance. The way it usually works is that once I go to the tweaking side, this hash is created, and this specific source code is identified by this hash, and this hash is created new every time I access the playground. That's the idea. So now I have a fresh instance of the social network enabler, and again I go to views, log in to see the source code, and if I for example want to change this text, then I'm looking for this text over here, which is obviously this one. And when I change this text to something else, and I say save, then the iframe on the right side automatically reloads, and you can see that I made this change here. This is really done in the file system, so I can download this whole package. So the idea is, if I want to keep this, then either I email this specific URL to myself and can access it later on, or to my colleague, or if I say, okay, that's the sort of tweak that I like, then I can simply download a zip file that contains the whole playground. And as I did before, I have a copy of that. Okay, now, knowing that that we see the folder of the www folder, and you can see that this is more or less identical to what you see over here in the views. And just to show that this is really the copy of the tweakage that we just did, I'll open the login page in a text editor, and I can see that this the thing that I changed is over here, and this is exactly the source code that we just tweaked. And if I want to get it to run, I'll simply open a terminal, and I can start a web server inside this terminal. Sorry, thank you. And now if I access localhost, then I can see that this is my tweaked social network enabler. All of this will be here at lab.mediafy.org, and this is a preliminary page that we just set up to come up with the whole concept. But this will be over here soonish. And while I'm at it, the whole mediafy.org website is of course here also, and this gives you an overview of the whole FI content project.